Great morning, students. Myself, Shilpa. Today we are here for mathematics class, and we will start our new chapter, chapter number 2. The name of the chapter is Roman numerals. Here we will discuss about Roman numerals. What are Roman numerals and how to write Roman numerals, rules for writing Roman numerals. So now we will start with the definition of Roman numerals. Definition of Roman numerals. Roman numerals, these are the letters used by ancient Romans to represent numbers. To represent numbers. For example, this is IVXI, which means 1, 5 and 11. These are the letters, English alphabets, which represent numbers. This is I, this is V, this is XI. This I means 1, V means 5 and XI is 11. Yes, student. Next, this is the simple representation. Next, there are some rules for writing Roman numerals. That means how we write these numbers. Suppose this is x1. I have written in place of xi as 11. So, what are the rules for writing these numerals? This is our first rule. First rule. Repetition of a Roman numeral means addition. If a Roman numeral is repeated again and again, that means we are adding the numbers. Repetition. Suppose when I write x, this means x is 10 and this is another x, this is 10. This means 10 plus 10. It is 20. In this repetition, there is some restriction, that there are 3 restrictions for first rule. One restriction is only letter L, X, C and M can be repeated. Only these 4 letters can be repeated. Second is V, L, D. These are the 3 letters which cannot be repeated. And the third one is no numerals can be repeated more than 3 times. If we repeat a numeral, that numeral is repeated only 3 times, not more than 3 times. This is the first rule. Let's discuss the first rule with some examples. In the first rule, I said repetition of numerals means addition. If I write x, this is 10 plus 10 plus 10, that is 30. This is possible, but if I write it as, this is not possible. This is the wrong way. Next, if I write V, in the rule I have said there is some restriction. We can't repeat V. This is also wrong. We can repeat only I, X, C and N. These are the 4 letters which can be repeated. And L, V, D. These are the 3 letters which cannot be repeated. And for repetition, the repetition is allowed only 3 times. We can write C, that is 100 plus 100 plus 100. It is 300. Yes, student, is it clear? Now, that's second rule. Rule number 2 for writing numerals. Second rule is what? A smaller numeral written to the right of a larger numeral is always added to larger numeral. If a smaller numeral, this is V means 5. if a smaller numeral is written in right. This is right of this numeral. This if one smaller numeral is written in right of a greater numeral, then this smaller numeral is added to the greater numeral. This is 5 and this is 6, 1, this is 6, 5 plus 1, this is 6. This is our second rule. If a smaller numeral is written in right of a greater numeral, then the smaller numeral is added to larger numeral. And our third rule is, if a smaller numeral is written in left of a larger numeral, this is larger, this is smaller. If a smaller numeral is written in left of larger numeral, then it is subtracted from the larger numeral. Here larger numeral is x. X means 10 and this is I is 1 and this is 9. This is 6 and this is 9. If it is in right, then it will be added. If it is in left, then it will be subtracted. And in this rule, there is some restriction, like that was in first rule. In this rule, the restriction are that V, L and D are never subtracted. V, L and D are never subtracted. And 1 I can be subtracted from V and X only. We can subtract I from X and V only. We can subtract I from V and X only. This is 4 and this is 9. But we can't subtract 1 from L or C or M or any other number. 1 is subtracted only from V, I is subtracted only from V or from X. These are two restrictions for rule number 3. Now it's time for rule number 4. In rule number 4, when a smaller numeral is placed between two larger numerals. When a smaller numeral is placed between two larger numerals, then it always subtracted from the larger numerals immediately following it. Immediately following it means if I write X, I, V. Here I is smaller numeral, X is greater and V is also greater than this I. They are saying that if a smaller numeral is written between two larger numerals, then this smaller numeral is subtracted from the larger numeral which is following it, means which is just after it. This I is subtracted from V, not from X. Because this is the rule, we have to subtract this from the number which is following it. This number is following this. So, X is written as 10 and V as 5 and we have to subtract 1 from V, 1 from 5. 10 plus 4, it is 14. We have to subtract the smaller numeral from the numeral which is following this smaller numeral. Is it clear? Take one more example. If I say C, X, I, V. Here C, X, V. These all are greater than this I. Here also C will remain as it is, C and X. We have to subtract this I from V. C is 100, X is 10 and from this we have to subtract 5 from 1. This This is 100 plus 10 plus 4. This is 140. This is the fourth rule for writing Roman numerals. Now we will do some questions related to these rules. Our first question, we have to write 97. Write 97 in numeral. 97. 97 is 90 plus 7. 90. Here we have to write 90. 90 is 100 minus 10. 100 is represented by C. We have to subtract 10. That means this 10 is written in left of this number. According to rule third rule के अकॉर्डिंग हम क्या करेंगे, जो हमारा 10 है वो इसके लेफ्ट में आएगा. This XC is 90, but we have to write 97. In 90 we have to add 7. 90 plus 7. 90 is XC and 7 is written as V11. Sorry, it is not plus. If we write this in this time, we write it as plus. Otherwise, this is XCVII. This complete number is 97. XCVII. This complete number is 97. One more number, 335. 335 means 300 plus 5. Also 300, 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 5. 100 is C, again 100, again C, 100, again C. This is 300. This is 30 plus 5. 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 30 plus 5. 30 is triple X and 5 is V. So 335 is written as C C C X X X V. 335 is written as C C C X X X and V. Okay. Here we have converted the number into Roman numerals. Now we will convert Roman numerals into simple counting numbers. If I write CLXIX, here C is 100, L is 50, X is 10. Look here, this is our fourth rule. If a smaller numeral is written between two larger numerals, then we have to subtract the smaller numeral from the numeral greater numeral which is following this number. Here we have to subtract this from this, subtract this from this. This is 100 plus 50 plus 10, 10 minus 1 is 9, 100 plus 50, 150 plus 160 and 9 is 169. This is 169. This is C is 100, L is 50, X is 10 and this is 9. 100 plus 50 plus 10 plus 9 is 169. 9. Okay students, up to here you have to write all this in your notebook.